Hello and welcome. My name's Peace Mitchell and I'm co-founder of Women Changing the World Press. Before we begin, I would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners of the land that I live and work on, the people of Mamu country in North Queensland. I'd also like to acknowledge and pay my respects to traditional owners and elders past and present right across Australia and the Torres Strait. Well, I'm very excited to be celebrating the launch of our new book, Dreams and Determination. And to help me celebrate, I have one of my fabulous co-authors joining me, Kim. Please join me on screen, Kim.
Hello, thank you.
It's wonderful to have you here, Kim. I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you and the work that you do.
Yeah, sure. I'm Kim Allen. I own CRA Construction. I also have my own personal branding called Mrs. Kim Allen. So I own a plastering business. So it's one that I've scaled from up to $10 million. We have multiple, we have a big crew of 25 plus employees plus contractors. What I do though is I have entered the construction industry, and it's not been an industry I initially chose to enter. It was a business that I've gone into with my husband. And to keep that passion and dream alive, I've gone back to the industry and looked to ways to change the status quo and change who I am and what our business brings to the market. So that's challenging the status quo of, just because it's been done since the 80s doesn't mean it's okay to do today. Women deserve a place in this industry, and we deserve to have our confidence and be able to yell and scream to the rooftops that we deserve to be in this industry. But that all starts with finding our voice and acknowledging that we belong. So it's, I'm very proud of what we've done and where we are today. And I spread my message loud and proud to anyone that's willing to listen.
I love that so much, Kim. Now, your chapter in Dreams and Determination is called Unapologetic Confidence. Can you tell us why you chose this title for your chapter?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started when my husband started calling me the missus on the phone. He was on the phone to our clients, and all of a sudden I'm hearing, I'll get the missus onto this. So, the missus will sort that. I'm thinking, holy cow, why is it? They know who I am. They know my name. They know I have a place in this business. Why can't I just be called my name? So I went up to my husband and introduced myself and said, hi, my name's Kim. Start calling me by that, because if I'm to find respect in this industry and respect from our team, then you need to start showing me respect first. So that was the first polarizing section of the change of what I went through. I then went on to do a course called Confident Women in Construction. And there is where I finally realized that it was okay to be my unapologetic self. So I was okay to be who I am. I kept falling into this imposter syndrome of trying to be one of the boys, fit in, and really have a desire to blend in instead of being myself. And I became so lost in knowing who I was that I had no story to tell. So doing that course was I guess like a tick of approval to go, it's okay, be you, be who you are, and be unapologetic about it.
I love that so much. Now, you started your journey in what you called the accidental office manager role. What was the moment you realized that you were no longer just helping, but ready to really lead?
Yeah, that was after I found my confidence. So as soon as I was able to acknowledge that, I flipped the script in my mind. It was no longer my husband's business. It was my business, and was the entire time. I just had boxed it in that this was his and I was doing him the favor, and that, it was all him. I had nothing to do with it. When I realized, at the end of the day, I am an owner. This is an agreement that we've gone into that we are 50-50. I deserve to have a place and a voice. So as soon as I found the confidence to start using my voice, that's when I started stepping in. I had 2 young kids. They were both getting to an age where they didn't need me as much. So I had the time to start working with our team and questioning what we were doing in our business and why. Why were they contractors? Why couldn't they be full-time and we actually support them and help them succeed in life? Why were we running our business exactly the same as everyone else in the market when that wasn't what our values were and who we were as a company? It was very much so just challenging that we don't have to be like everyone. We're a plastering company, and one of our biggest budgets is marketing. No one in plastering markets. It's unheard of. But we generate so much business out of it, and that's what's important. We do things differently, and we do it well.
I love that so much. So mentoring and empowering other women has been really a big thing for you and a major part of your mission. Is there one story that stands out from your mentoring or school visits that fuels this passion for you?
Yeah. Even today, I was finishing up with one of my mentees, and she was just saying, "Thank you. I'm polar opposite to when we started. Like, even just the tips and tricks I've been able to give her that are just common practice for me today in making my life easier, quicker, and smoother were eye-opening to her. Finding me giving her the approval and to use her voice, to start speaking up in meetings, to start bringing forward her ideas, but doing it in a way that's gives her, it doesn't hurt everyone else's confidence or everyone else's ego in the process. And then going into schools, I regularly go into schools and introduce kids plastering. And I've gone in and seen this one beautiful girl. I was showing her what sand plastering was, and her eyes just lit up. And just the revelation of, wow, this can be me. This is what I can do. I call all of my team artistes. They're little artists, because as plasterers, they do an art every single day. And that's the beauty. They get paid to do this. But most don't realize that this is actually what the job entails.
That's amazing. So CRA Construction has now grown into a multi-million-dollar business. What leadership values or practices have been most critical in sustaining the growth?
Yeah, staying true to our values. So integrity is huge for us. So we will not hire or work with anyone who goes against our values. So if we feel off, we won't work with them. If we feel, the butterflies in our tummy where they're saying, no, something's not right, we will walk away. And that's how we interview any new employee that comes into our team. Will they fit in with our team? But more importantly, what attributes can they bring to our team that will enhance our team, not hinder them? So, yeah, and at every single growth point, we just reassess, reevaluate how we can do things better, what else we can introduce, and what we can improve on.
Yes, I love that. So looking back, what advice would you give to other women who were feeling invisible in their current roles, but have the desire to be leaders and step into leadership?
Yeah, start using your voice. Start speaking up, and you can just start doing it subtly to begin with, but get your confidence in that regard, in talking up for yourself, in bringing forward your ideas. Because if you sit in the background, you're never going to be heard, you're never going to be seen, and you're never going to be considered for that promotion.
Such great advice. Well, thank you so much, Kim, for your chapter in Dreams and Determination. I found it so inspiring. And thank you so much for being here and chatting with me today.
Amazing. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You can grab your copy of Dreams and Determination at wcwpress.com. Thanks again, Kim, and see you all again next time. Bye for now.